Oh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Hello. Is it 1 o'clock yet? Can somebody catch me up? So why is this guy Tampon Tim? What is this? I just want to say, don't let the conservatives hear this, okay? So please don't clip my stream or anything. But man, it's really worrying me how effective and good all of these insanely weird and creepy attacks are that conservatives are making. I think that this is going to be the thing that carries them over the finish line. I don't know if the Democrats can win if conservatives keep talking about tampons and whether or not Kamala's really black and if she sucked to get all the way to the top because that's the only way women can succeed. I feel like these are really, really, really effective forms of attack that conservatives are doing. And man, whew. Should clean up your vault? What is my vault? Oh, like on Obsidian? Oh, I move files around sometimes when I need to, yeah. What is the controversial tampon bill? Vice President Kamala Harris announced Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her Democratic running mate. Walz's previous legislative action requiring all Minnesota public schools to offer free menstruation supplies in both boys and girls' restrooms has sparked criticism. Is it because of in boys' restrooms, or is it because conservatives hate reproductive health? What the fuck? Oh, that X was really hidden there. What were there tampons in the girls' bathrooms and he tried to expand it to the boys' bathrooms, or were there no tampons at all and he wanted to make them available in the boys' and girls' bathrooms? Which one is it here? Hi, Destiny. I have been eating your content the last few weeks. Interesting. I love how you bring some stuff to light and the fact that you're unafraid to talk to people with a different viewpoint. Much love from DK. What is DK? Oh my god. This language is so inoffensive. Seriously? Wait, hold on. A school district or charter school must provide students with access to menstrual products at no charge. The product must be available to all menstruating students in restrooms regularly used by students in grades 4 to 12, according to a plan developed by the school district. By the school district. For purposes of this section, menstrual products means pads, tampons, or other similar products used in connection with the menstrual cycle. So each district would have been able to do this, right? Does this end up getting passed, or Office of the Reviser of Statutes, the Minnesota legislature? As much as I've read all the legal shit and everything else, these websites and the legislative sites and everything are so hard to read. I wish this stuff was more accessible. I wish it was more immediately understandable. Let's see, HF 2497. Introduction and first reading. Okay, this is their lower body, their upper body. Was adopted. Motion to reject, did not prevail. Senate adopted CC report and repassed bill. third reading, presentment date, governor's action approval, Secretary of State, Chapter 55, effective date, various states. Okay. So I'm guessing governor's action approval means that the governor signed it into law because it was passed by the legislature. Secretary of State, Chapter 55 means that the Secretary of State has now added it to the legal code of the state or whatever, I'm guessing. And then the effective date is when all the different provisions go into effect. Okay. So what's happened? It seems fine. Did anything bad happen? Were kids like killing themselves with tampons or? How often do you battle through being sleepy to do work? What about in the past? Now, I always get 8 hours of sleep. That's the most rich person coded thing you can do. If there's anything, well, there are three things you should do as a wealthy person. I think I only did one of these. No, 1.5. Sleep, you should always get 7.5 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep. Okay? That's so important. If you can, always do it. My God, take care of your brain. Second is you try to eat like reasonably healthy, which means just like a mixture of like vegetables and like get some vegetables, get some goddamn micros, okay? And not so much goddamn sugar. And then third is you should exercise, which I do not have right now. The fourth thing is friends, but money doesn't really help you with that as much. When I was younger, I was sleep deprived a lot. My college shit was untenable, I think, because I was working at a graveyard and I was trying to do school as well. And 60 hours a week plus music school and graveyard shift was just undoable. So my sleep was super fucked there. Probably the most irresponsible I've ever been in my life was probably driving home from work. Oof. My dad is a 6th grade teacher and has to deal with little boys asking if they can go into the girls' bathroom if they say they are a girl. Unnecessary problem. I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. How the fuck would you get up in the morning? Lots of alarms. Lots and lots of alarms. But I would also oftentimes, because of how hectic my schedule was, I was usually sleeping in my car anyway, so it's not like I was getting like the most comfy sleep. And in Nebraska, in the wintertime, it would actually work out about well, because sometimes I would only have time to nap for about like 1 to 2 hours between school and work. And if it was the wintertime and you were sleeping in your car, if you turn your car off, I would say in probably like 20 to 30 minutes, the inside of your car is pretty cold anyway, so you'd like wake up and be okay. Why was it irresponsible? Driving tired at a certain point, much quicker, I think, than you realize. Driving tired is about the same as driving at the legal intoxication limit. And then if you go more than that and get more tired, it's very easy to drive worse tired than you would drunk because it doesn't feel as wrong, I guess. What time do you wake up? Now? I wake up whenever the fuck. I'm death spiraling right now. I spent like 6 hours last night. I'm trying to get this auto switcher downstairs. What I wanted to do, I think I got it. I figured it out. I wanted the auto switcher to be able to switch between me and Dan talking. If me and Dan are talking at the same time, I wanted to do this like synthetic composite shot. But I also wanted to be able to do a shot if there are 3 people talking. So I had to try to find a way to get the auto switcher to automatically detect when a third person is talking or when that microphone is even hooked up. So I've got like, I just ended up scrapping the whole thing and reprogramming like a bunch of like, I have variables now that store information about the microphones, and then I only call to certain scenes if like a variable has been held for, I think it's 1 second on each. There's just like a whole fucking thing I spent last night. And I'm not even 100% sure if it works because I didn't have Dan there to test it at the end of the night, so we'll see. We'll see if it works today. I think it's all good now though, but we'll try it, yeah. Is this why you've been late this week for a stream? Oh, no. The reason why I've been late is because I'm death spiraling. When I wake up late and then I take my Vyvanse late, it keeps me up kind of late and then I get fucked. Yeah. How was your sleep schedule before ADHD meds? Really bad. For some reason, I kept waking up after 5 or 6 hours. But ever since I started Vyvanse, I can sleep for like 8 hours. I don't know why or how that even, yeah. Why don't you hire an actual producer who takes care of all this and other administrative stuff? I don't know anybody that lives local that can deal with this level of stuff. And now I'm so familiar with all the tech anyway. It's fun for me to like fuck around with it. I enjoy it. And I learn more shit. Like now I have, in one of these boxes here, I have a, like I can make my setup so much more efficient because I'm going to dump, I already trashed the, I had an audio splitter here for digital shit that I got rid of. I got rid of one of my channel strips. And now once I hook this up, I can get rid of that channel strip. I can get rid of this mixer. And I can just have that one box, which I'm hyped for. Have you considered waking up at your correct time, taking your meds, and then going back to sleep until your meds wake you up? I don't think that... All the Vyvanse allows me to do is just focus and kind of chill on things. But I don't get like an amphetamine, like I'm awake. So I can, like there have been times where I can wake up and I can take my medication and then I can just go back to sleep. And I'll just sleep for 2 or 3 hours. I've done that before. I don't think it wakes me up. Yeah. Like that. What do you do with the excess equipment? Right now it's just like piling up in the studio. We'll either sell it or do a big giveaway. I don't know. When are you going back to the gym? Maybe when Lelena comes back. We should go in the morning. What question would you ask Trump if you had the chance to? You can only ask one. I don't know. I don't care. There's not one question I care to ask Trump. I don't know. He's not like a very interesting person. There's nothing insightful or whatever. I'm not sure. I think for Obama, I would want to ask him, how did you feel about not being able to close Guantanamo Bay? It was a big thing that he ran on, and I feel like the answer to that question would be pretty illuminating in terms of like, here's what you want to do coming into government, here are the things that you can't do despite what you want, here's like things that exist because of reasons you might not want them to exist, but they're like necessary. I would be very interested to hear him talk through like how he felt about not being able to close Guantanamo Bay. I think for Bush, I think it would almost certainly be something about the Iraq War. How do you feel at the end of all of that about the Iraq War? Yeah. To stop the death spiral, you need to take a day off your meds. I speak from experience. Yeah, sometimes I'll do that. I've done that before. I just won't take them for one day, and then I'll go to sleep earlier, yeah. What would you ask Biden? I think for Biden, it would be him stepping down is probably one of the craziest. I'm trying not to dick ride too hard, but I don't think people realize how hard it is to step down from power. Like I'm pretty sure it was one of the most pivotal moments in U.S. history is when Washington stepped down and there was a peaceful transfer of power. You had a military dude, general, really prestigious. Everybody looked up to him. And this is like your first big test of like the American system. Like, is he really this general guy? He's really going to give up power and step back from the presidency? And he did. It was a really big deal. I think that Biden not just saying, fuck you, I don't give a fuck. We got this megalomaniac on the other side who's going to destroy the Republican Party. I can't just run again for my second fucking term. Him, especially after you fuckers told me not to run last time. Like, I could definitely see him holding on to that no matter what. And him stepping down, I think in the future, I think that'll be looked at as a pretty important, monumentous decision. I'd be curious, just what were your feelings and thoughts on that? He was getting pushed hardcore by his party. Nobody had faith in him. Yeah, but like, now that I have like so many podcasts on my shows and shit, I'm losing track of where I say shit. I don't know if I've said this on the stream before or if this is personal on another show. It says something about the Democratic Party that process happened the way that it did. In the Republican Party, it wouldn't be possible for that to happen. In the Democratic Party, from what I've seen, what probably happened was people spoke with him privately about stepping down. Seems like he probably wasn't into it. He was a fucking president. And then when that didn't work, I think people started to leak conversations to the press to apply external pressure as well to get him to step down. And eventually, with enough external pressure from figures that he respected and internal pressure, I'm sure they were talking to him as well, eventually he stepped down. This works because Biden is a Democrat who is interested in the health of his party and in the future of his party in the country. That's the only reason that works. In the Republican Party right now, you cannot apply private or public pressure to Donald Trump. You will be destroyed. You'll be crushed. You can't do that. That's why when you get leaks from like Dominion and Fox, the stresses there are, fuck, like what can we lie about to like make Trump like us? Like, fuck, what are we going to lie about? Like, how are we going to sell this lie? Are our viewers going to believe us when we lie like this? We have to have Donald Trump to, like, there is no such thing as like these these Republican senators were talking shit about Trump to try to get him, like nobody does that because you're destroyed. You'll be annihilated. And Trump reminds you of it every single speech he gives. I help these guys get elected. They're not going to win their midterms. I help these guys elected. You guys are schmucks. You're not going to win your next election. You think you're going to be governor again without me? I didn't hear Biden ever say anything like that. We're not going to help you campaign for anything. So even the idea that that type of pressure scheme like kind of was planned and worked, I think is like, I think it says a lot. I think it's good for the Democratic Party. What if you had Trump under 100% accurate Kill Bill truth serum? What would the one question be? I would ask him why he wants to be president. Do you have any thoughts on Harris picking Tim Walz as her running mate? I was really hoping for Mark Kelly. So between Kelly, Walz, and Shapiro, I'm going to be honest, I haven't done much reading. Just from the very, 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 like, bouncing off of the news cycle and reading, like, just headlines and tweets and sentiments or whatever, it seems to me like the Democrats had a good problem and that there were a lot of viable VPs to pick from that a lot of people liked in different ways, that whether it was any of those three or even anybody outside of that like the Democrats seem to have like an abundance of like, yeah, sure, this, yeah. As opposed to the Republicans where, holy fuck, Vance doesn't seem to have been a good pick so far. I don't even know who the fuck a good pick would have been. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't have a strong feeling about it, but. Do you think that Trump will run again when he loses? I have no idea. If you would have asked me 4 years ago, I don't know what I said back then, but I feel like if you go and find a VOD, I wonder if I would have said, I don't think Trump would run again in 4 years. It wouldn't surprise me if I said that. I don't think I would have thought he would have run again in 4 years. This is pretty old. But I don't know. I'd be surprised if he runs in 4 more years, but I'm surprised he's running this year, so who knows, yeah. Who would actually be a good vice president pick for the Republicans? The problem is that you don't have the Republicans. It's the party of Trump now. So you're in a really weird space. Before, when Trump ran in 2016, you still had a Republican Party. So Trump was a very unconventional pick, but he could shore up his base, his evangelicals and his traditional conservatives with Pence. It made sense. I think that ticket, in my mind, that ticket made sense, I think. But now you don't really have a conservative party anymore. So when you talk about like, well, who does Trump need to pick as a vice president? Honest to God, you honestly want to know, can anybody guess who I think? I'm going to give you a very unpolitically informed take. You know who would have been the best pick for Trump's VP? Oh, somebody in chat half said it. Oh, no, yeah, okay, yeah. Somebody said mini Trump. True, he should have just chosen Donald Trump Jr. He should have just chosen Trump Jr. He should have chosen his son, one of his sons. I think that probably would have, honest to God, I think that probably would have been the best choice. They do politics pretty similarly. They're like shameless. They've got the family name. Conservatives won an emperor dynasty anyway. Like, yeah, I think they should have done that. You'd feel good about like Trump is getting old and aging out, but his son's right here to take up the reins. Yeah. You don't think that Vivek fits the mini Trump role better? I feel like that's really hard for me to evaluate. I feel like Vivek comes off as a brown noser. No racial slur intended there. I don't know if conservatives view it in that way. He was like kind of popular from among the Trumples, but why would you ever choose Vivek over Trump ever? You never would. But like, would he be a substitution for Trump? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think he would be, actually. Remember the issue you have with Trump. the biggest selling point to Trump, 51% of Trump's success, okay? And historians will write about this. And you will source me. Remember to source my stream in the history books, okay? If you guys are watching this in the future, school kids, okay? I was the most informed political commentator in the entire world, okay? Fuck whatever else is in these chapters, okay? Donald Trump's success is majorly due to his charisma and his stage presence. That is like the 51% selling point on Trump. People remember him from The Apprentice. He was... his character on The Apprentice, he's like the archetypical, like, United States, like, masculine male role model figure. Like, he's tough, but he's fair, and he's, you know, like, he's got a lot of showmanship and bravado. You've got, like, the gaudy red tie on the suits, but it works because he's so successful, and he's so, like, he's got his buildings and his businesses, and he's got, like, his, you know, his family, and like, Trump just has, and he carries himself so well on stage, and he's funny, he's personable, he tells jokes, he gives people bad nicknames. Like, this is the majority of Trump's success is there. So when people look to compare people to Trump, they look at people like Vivek. Vivek hits all the populist talking points. 100% he does, absolutely. But Vivek's stage presence, it's not even close to Trump. He's got such good stage presence. He's so good at it. And he speaks like the language of like retard, like perfectly for all of his like fans to slip, but he's just so good at it. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anybody that's even remotely comparable. Obama had really good stage presence. Bernie Sanders has, in my opinion, Bernie has very good stage presence as well. Bernie has exceptional stage presence, I think. Watching him work a general crowd, if he would have been the nominee, I don't think he could have made it because his policies are too extreme, but that would have been so interesting. Seeing like Bernie Sanders in a debate against Trump would be amazing, would be awesome, I think. Actually, the more I think about it, I feel like Bernie probably has the best stage presence. Obama's was really good, maybe, yeah. George Bush was nice. Bill Clinton, I think, was pretty nice. Reagan was very good. Yeah. MLK was really good, but not necessarily a politician. Bernie's stage presence does not beat Obama. Probably not, maybe. I feel like Obama has one of those things too where, how do you describe it when you have like you've got like a guy or a girl who's like very conventionally attractive, but there's like one off thing about them. It's either like a mole or a scar or something asymmetrical, but for some reason it just like makes them even more attractive. I feel like Obama was kind of like that, and that obviously he spoke very well. He was like eloquent. You know, he had like the content and everything was good, but he had like a very unique, like he has a very, what would you call it? Unique diction? No. Accent? No. But he had a very unique style of speaking. Like cadence. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. He has a very Obama cadence. And that probably helped too. Like his speaking style definitely sticks out in your mind a lot. Yeah. Pelosi is scary good at what she does, and I don't think we would have gotten Harris without her. Maybe. I hope Pelosi has like some fucking underling that she's trained up. Pelosi is is an actual fucking monster in the House in terms of her being able to whip votes, in terms of being able to get legislation passed, in terms of her being a monster fucking fundraiser. I hope that AOC has a bright future in the party. I feel like she's grown so much in the past few years. From like in a very short amount of time, it feels like she's matured a ton, and her political messaging is like on point. And her meme game, her stage presence, her background, her like her intersectionality, being like a fucking like a brown woman from I don't know if she's from the Bronx or whatever. She's from New York, right? she has a lot going for her. And then as much as she's like learned to navigate the congressional environment and then integrated that into her social media. What did she, yeah, she speaks well too. Yeah. What did she tweet? It was a good ass tweet. It was a good tweet this morning. Can I find this? This was really weird. The way that he's sitting here, I don't know what this is. I saw this. I was going to comment on this before, and I wasn't sure if there's just some manly thing I'm missing. Oh, Dems in disconcerting levels of array. True. That's a good ass tweet. That's a good tweet. I feel like I've actually never heard a woman complain of manspreading. I have heard of anti-SJWs complaining about women complaining about manspreading, but I don't think I've ever seen an actual person complaining about it. And I don't think I've ever seen it happen. But if I was a person and I was like on planes or on trains and there were people sitting next to me like this, I think I would lose my fucking mind. I think I would actually lose my mind. I would go apeshit. And by go apeshit, I mean I would sit there in silence, stewing, while imagining all the horrible things I would say to this guy. And then my pulse would increase, and then I would tweet out about how I owned some guy on a plane, but I didn't actually say anything to him at all. And then I would bump him leaving the plane, and I would apologize, and then crawl off on all fours. Jesus Christ, though. Does he have eyeliner? I really can't tell. I feel like the obvious answer has to be no. Like, why would you? Why? But, like, these are some strong under eye things here. If he has eyeliner, there's got to be a close-up video that very clearly demonstrates it, right? But why? Why would you put eyeliner on? Are you trying to look like a vampire or a wolf? Why was this tweet funny? Oh, because Democrats and liberals and the left are always massively in disarray. We're always fighting each other and killing each other and hating each other and like fuck the left and fuck certain and fuck the progressive. So it's just funny. Disconcerting levels of array instead of disarray. It's good. Isn't makeup normal for TV? Not eyeliner. No? Sorry. When makeup for TV is typically going to be, it'll be stuff to cover blemishes. It'll be powder to make it so you don't look shiny on camera. And it'll be maybe a little bit of hairspray to like hold your hair together. That's going to be like your standard like interview makeup stuff. Yeah, but it's not going to be like eyeliner for men. That's not going to be the standard at all. But maybe he does personally, or maybe something. I'm not sure. Eyeliner too. Eyeliner is absolutely not the norm for men going on to media appearances. I don't think so. Or at the very least, I've never in my life heard that before or seen that. It's an Indian thing? Is he Indian? Have you noticed how sweaty Trump gets before speeches? Is this a new thing? I imagine everybody probably gets pretty sweaty up there, right? This is how you reclaim a space on a train/airplane. I already know what you're linking. And we've already watched this on stream like 100 times. And now we're going to watch it 101 times.
What's up, Facebook? So I'm in a bathroom right now in an airplane.
Apparently on Aiden's stream with Trump was talking about immigration and genuinely believes asylum seekers are people that escaped mental asylums. Apparently he doesn't know the word has two meanings. No shot. Wait, what? Link me a clip.
I have a guy sitting next to me that thinks he owns the armrest.
We listened yesterday to where he mentioned about how like some country, I forget who, it wasn't Venezuela, somebody like opened their mental asylums and let all their crazy people into the United States. But there's no way that he thinks that like claiming asylum is the same as people who have escaped from insane asylums, right? Right? That's why he talks about Hannibal Lecter. No, wait, hold on. Is that what you guys keep saying Hannibal Lecter means? Hold on. Why'd you change the aspect ratio on your YouTube uploads? I don't think that happened.
For the world, they're emptying out their jails into the United States. They're emptying out their mental institutions into the United States, our beautiful country. And now the prison populations all over the world are down. They don't want to report that. The mental institution population is down because they're taking people from insane asylums and from mental institution. You know what the difference is, right? An insane asylum is a mental institution on steroids.
Okay, he must have heard this is like a new talking point, but I don't think he thinks that asylum seekers are from mental asylums, right? This is just probably the new talking point, the new marching orders that like now we're going to say crazy people are coming to the U.S.
Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen the Silence of the Lambs? The late great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the
He didn't write that. I don't think he wrote that.
last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner. Is this poor doctor? I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter.
It's the last line in the movie. I'm aware. Yes, thank you. I'm about to have a friend for dinner, and he hangs up the phone. Yes. I don't think Trump wrote that, though. I think somebody else wrote it for him.
Congratulations, the late great Hannibal Lecter. We have people that are being released into our country that
Listen to the audio flubs on this, guys. He talks about this in every rally. Really?
we don't want in our country, and they're coming in totally unchecked, totally unvetted, and we can't let this happen. They're destroying our country, and we're sitting back, and we better damn well win this election, because if we don't, our country is going to be doomed.
I, too, am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American.
Why? He looks like an evil comic book character. He looks like he's the guy and if you were to write a comic book about 11 and 12-year-olds, he looks like he would be the evil middle schooler in 8th grade who's like bullying the kids. He's like the man dark. That's just like, I don't know why. It's just like the vibe I get when I look at him. He just has that aura. He has that aura. A 14-year-old that bullies 12 and 11-year-olds.
Articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great.
And Coulter, that joke is like 10 years old. It's okay. Obama's not president anymore. You're fine. You can be racist again. It's all good. Trump made it cool again.
Opening segment, lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you.
Oh my God, you're fucking right. Hold on. Follow me here. Oh my God. Okay, I was going to say this, okay? A little bit. A little, right? Are we seeing it? Am I crazy? I don't know why. I get the vibe. I get the vibe. And you know what? You know how I know I'm right, even though you fuckers are spam question marking me? You know I'm right? Because I Googled, I wonder, has anybody made like an Indian Jimmy Neutron? I wonder if anybody's like made that to see what it would look like. And you know what? When I Googled it, look who comes up. Fuck you guys, okay? Fuck you guys. He's right there. Number 4, okay? So I don't need to poll today because Google agrees with me. Wait, what is this? Hold on, we didn't finish this.
More than most other candidates.
Wow, Illuminate, thanks for the 5
when
gifted
you're
subs.
running for president, but I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
Wait, why did she curve from a racist dog whistle just to be outwardly racist? Wait, what was the purpose of the beginning of this? Like, hello. I was going to make a joke that you smell bad, but Obviously, I can't do that because that would be politically incorrect. And I just want to say, I would never call you Vivek because in my household, we just call you Sand N-word. Like, what? What's the thought process here?
I, too, am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
I wonder what her full... God, I hate that I can see. I wonder if her full rationale was like, the reason why I wouldn't vote for an Indian is because I don't think that an Indian could necessarily win the general election. So I wouldn't have voted for you in the primaries because I don't think you could do it. I wonder if that's like her answer or some shit. Or if she's more racist than that. Oh, sorry, we didn't finish this.
What's up, Facebook? So I'm in a bathroom right now in an airplane. And I have a guy sitting next to me that thinks he owns the armrest. I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to get some video of me showing that if he wants to tussle with the muscle, he's going to get it. So I'm going to bump him off and hopefully I can get it on camera.
Oh. No. Okay. As someone who wants Kamala to lose, picking Waltz is wonderful. It's political malpractice. Why? Not from a swing state. Everybody in chat was linking. Apparently, picking people from swing states doesn't matter as much as people used to think it did, or it doesn't actually all that much. Radical underscoring her radicalism, and she rejected Shapiro to please the pro-Hamas caucus. She's not competent, and this pic shows it. Oh my God. The Republicans. I just got to witness Ben Shapiro literally typing Shapiro in echoes.
Every time you see the chick that says like, this famous successful athlete took it without consent, like, okay.
Wait, does he have a Hassan filter? What the fuck is happening here? What?
Athlete took it without consent, like, okay, they're rich, famous, tall, extremely in shape. And then you look at the girl, you're like, you're not really rapeable. If someone was that down bad to take pussy, would it be with you? A whole reputation, career on the line, multi-millionaire. Like, first off, well, 99% of Western women are gonna give it up. But for the 1% that wouldn't, or the 0.1% that wouldn't, they don't look like you. You're not rapeable, lady.
Basically, his assistant...
Okay, number one, this woman is definitely attractive enough to fuck like 99% of guys. Maybe even top 1% if she made it easy enough, okay? This is a decently attractive person. I don't know where, unless she's like fucking hideous, but either close. So it's really weird that he's like gatekeeping her attractiveness. Sneako would fuck this girl if she came into his DMs, 1,000,000,000%, without a second thought. Number one, okay? Number two, it's funny, he's asking the same question that I ask, but he's asking it in the exact opposite way. I always ask this question. I don't know why rich people or like influential people rape women, because why the fuck would you have to? You have so many other people that you could just fuck that you don't have to rape. I don't know why people do it, but they do. And like we see that over and over again, that it happens. So him being like, well, a rich person would never rape somebody because they could fuck other people. Why? Like what?
Sends us an Uber to where we are after the UFC fight and brings us back to the Courtyard Marriott where we were supposed to be waiting for Alex to get back from an interview, I think he said, and then we were going to go out. He was talking.
Chama, he doesn't even speak English, right?
Talking about going to strip clubs and like having a fun night while we were all in New Jersey, New York for the weekend. We wait for like 2
I know you consider being called a communist the same level of threat as being called Hitler, right? No, today? No, I don't think so. I don't think communist necessarily carries the same weight today that it did like 20 years ago. Calling people a commie, like I would say up through the 90s and 2000s was a pretty serious thing. I don't know if it carries like the same weight anymore. I think it's kind of a dead insult. Past like maybe what, 2015 maybe? I don't know. I think they called Obama a communist up until he was out of office, but
hours for Alex to come while his friend is on the phone talking about like kids with cancer and big money transfers and things that had to do with Alex. And we were like, hey, it's getting kind of late. Like, is Alex coming? Like, what's the plan? Should we just go back home? Because we're kind of tired. Like, if we're going to have plans, can we like get on with it? Because it's
also, think about this. A girl in her late 20s who's selling her body online with a nose ring, single. Why would you think about why would she reject Alex Pereira? I'm not trying to glaze. I know this is not trying to be bumbleclad. Why would she reject Alex Pereira? What is he, 6'7", 2 belts? How many titles? 4? What else are you looking for if not Alex Pereira?
he's so cringe. He's like such a fucking incel. Oh, that's such a cringy. That's such an ick statement. Oh my god. He's tall. He's got money. Like how could any girl ever say no?
it's already getting very late. At this point, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Alright, I don't even want to hear this witch talk. I ain't gonna lie. Oh no, look at her sad. Look at her face.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, really?
I'm pushing him off of me.
Oh,
Get off.
What, really?
He eventually pulls my underwear and my pants down to around like halfway on my thighs, and I push him off again.
Yeah.
He gets out of bed.
You pushed him off? I know he came from a kickboxing background, but bitch, I'm pretty sure his grappling's better. If he wanted to pin you down, there's no struggle. You're out. You're out.
He starts screaming and putting his sock.
Generally, when you're raping a woman, okay, somebody with a lot of rape experience, you're not actually like in the events where guys are applying like a lot of pressure to have sex that a woman might not want to have. It's not usually like a full on like I'm full grappling you in MMA, UFC. Like usually it's just like push. So yeah, but most of the time a woman's pushing back full force, you're gonna be like the guy will generally get off not get off that way. But I don't think she's trying to claim that like, yeah, we got into like a legit grappling match and I was able to win the struggle. Like it's just stupid. Why am I listening to this? Stop linking me Sneako clips.
Clothes on.
Bro, Alex Pereira does not scream. He's never screamed. In every fight. He's the most quiet, stoic.
I'm terrified because I don't know what's happening. My pants are around my legs after I told him no and pushed him off, and he's screaming in another language. Me and my friend are looking at each other.
She doesn't even know the language. In the face-offs, this is Chama.
Okay. People are saying this girl's story is fake anyway. I have no idea. I don't know anything about her story, but that doesn't change any of the things I just said about what Sneako said. So I don't know why you're bringing that up as a counterpoint. Although the thing being linked in chat, I don't know if this would influence anything one way or another. Nice fake allegations. I hope your failed OF career produced enough money for defense lawyers. The money I'm making from all the exposure to my OnlyFans will pay well for them. If you're linking this and you think this is like proof that the allegation is fake, you're probably fucking retarded. But I don't know if her allegations are credible or not. I haven't read anything about them. I have no opinion on them, but. Can you be a state governor and vice president simultaneously, or is a replacement state governor chosen? I think you typically choose a replacement. I think that's a thing that people consider sometimes because they're like, oh, well, if we take him from this state, is the next person to come up going to be a Republican or a Democrat? I don't know if there's like a law against being one or the other, or like being both at the same time. I'm not sure. But I don't think people ever do it. That'd be pretty interesting though, right? Have a governor who's also vice president. Why don't women like this ever go to the hospital for a rape kit and medical examination to document proof of forcible entry, bruises, semen, etc.? She might have. I don't know if we did or if she did or didn't. I don't know anything about her. But also, remember, okay, people forget this because people hear crazy stuff about like criminal stuff sometimes, okay? Circumstantial evidence, all right, can be used to convict for crimes, which is fine, okay? Circumstantial evidence just means that there are circumstances that you've observed that like a reasonable person can infer like something happened here, basically, right? Remember that rape kit or rape kit, that this is circumstantial evidence of a rape occurring. All a rape kit can tell you basically is that somebody had sex with somebody and there might be like defensive wounds or like evidence of like, you know, some kind of rough entry. But a rape kit on its own doesn't prove rape. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Just remember that. But she might have got one too. You know, who knows? We don't know. DGG is cooking XQC. Why? Is there any non-circumstantial evidence for rape then? Well, I mean, direct evidence is usually eyewitness testimony or what all is considered direct evidence of a crime? Different types of direct evidence. Confessions and eyewitness accounts are examples of direct evidence. Another example of direct evidence is character evidence. This is evidence that shows how a defendant typically behaves rather than proving that the defendant committed a specific crime. Some examples of direct evidence includes eyewitness testimony and confessions. Eyewitness testimony is the most common form of direct evidence. Direct evidence is evidence that directly links a defendant to a crime. In other words, direct proof is courtroom testimonies, expert opinions, and other kinds of proof that don't require inference to establish a claim. This form of evidence can be used to demonstrate that the defendant was at the scene of the crime, committed the offense, or had the intention to commit the crime. I think it's typically eyewitness testimony. It's going to be like by far your most common form of. Would camera footage count as direct evidence? Yeah, obviously, if it saw the crime, yeah. The thing that makes like rape so special and difficult from a mens rea point of view is the thing itself is not a crime. It's like the relationship kind of between the two people as the event is occurring, right? Like you're basically, if you punch somebody, you're never going to be able to argue in court that like, well, he wanted me to punch him, right? That just doesn't happen. But for rape, it's a lot more difficult to head down a criminal conviction pathway for that. Even if DNA can be considered circumstantial, if they find semen inside a woman alleging rape, is that direct evidence? Or I believe it's only circumstantial evidence because I don't think you have direct evidence of the crime of rape. You just have evidence that they had sex. But I believe that's only circumstantial, right? Like that would be the same as like, let's say somebody got stabbed at a person's house and you find a person's footprints there from like a unique shoe or something, or like fingerprints or something. That would only still be, I believe, circumstantial evidence because it's not direct evidence that they committed a crime. It's just the circumstances of that thing show that they were in a place at an area or whatever they could have committed it. Like circumstantial, I believe that's the case.
Okay, this is like my 40th time trying to make this video, so I'm going to try to do it again without crying.
10 minutes. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Don't care. You can have direct evidence of their mens rea. Yeah, but that's going to be really hard. That would be like in the form of them confessing something or somebody like witnessing them saying something. I feel like it'd be pretty hard. Not impossible, but also it doesn't matter because you don't need direct evidence to convict on things. Wait, what? X to remove likes, comments, and reposts from replies. Really? What would be the best way to handle allegations like this if you're a celebrity? How do you even prove her wrong? Or how do we believe a person like this when there isn't much evidence? I mean, I don't know. If you didn't do anything wrong, I think if you want to make a public statement about it, you can. But I don't know. I guess I don't have big sponsors that I have to carry through rape allegations. So who knows?
I was shocked.
The fuck is this? Linda Yaccarino.
Hey, everybody. I was shocked by the evidence uncovered by the House Judiciary Committee that a group of companies organized a systematic illegal boycott against X. It is just wrong.
A systematic illegal boycott? What is she talking about?
And that is why we are taking action. Today, we filed an antitrust lawsuit against the Global Alliance for Responsible Media, 4 of its key members, and the World Federation of Advertisers. These organizations targeted our company and you.
What? You guys are saying advertisers pulling out. Is that illegal?
Our users. The evidence and facts are on our side. They conspired to boycott X, which threatens our ability to thrive in the future. That puts your global town square, the one place that you can express yourself freely and openly, at long-term risk. People are hurt when the marketplace of ideas is constricted. No small group of people should be able to monopolize what gets monetized.
As Elon Musk personally demonetizes my account. True. Preach to me, Queen.
This group is no match for the power of our users. All of you, the very same users that have driven usage of X.
The closest thing is torturous interference? I'm sorry, not advertising with someone is torturous interference? Harris Waltz. Remember, you can always ask for double rice at no extra costs. Thanks, Chipotle Mexican Grill.
To all-time highs. I joined X because I believe in the power of the global town square. It's users like you, people of all backgrounds and opinions, who make X indispensable. You deserve an open platform where your views can be expressed without restriction and without fear. To all of you who have been part of this transformative journey that we're on, thank you. Rest assured, X has never been more committed to innovating and expanding all of our global town square.
Do you think with Trump's popularity that that will be the norm of future Republican candidates? No one knows, dude. I don't think it will be, though, because I don't think anybody else has his charisma. That's what pulls it off, but we'll see. Group boycotts. Any company may on its own refuse to do business with another firm, but an agreement among competitors not to do business with targeted individuals or business may be an illegal boycott, especially if competitors working together. It has market power. This makes sense. However, do they have proof or evidence of that? They mentioned something went before Congress. Is there any evidence that was presented that like the companies are working together to boycott X? This is the report. Garms harm. How the world's biggest brands seek to control online speech. Interim staff report of the Committee on the Judiciary, the U.S. House of Representatives. Let's see who this has involved in it. Senate Judiciary Committee advances 7 judicial nominations. Okay, who is on the... Okay, leadership and members. Dick Durbin, Lindsey Graham, Sheldon Whitehouse. We've got Chuck Grassley. Amy Klobuchar is on here. Oh, Dems on the left, Criminals on the right. Okay. Ted Cruz, Mike Lee, Hawley, Cotton. Okay, damn. Oof. Okay. Ossoff, our boy. Cory Booker. Okay, we got... our good Dems over here, too. Man, what an unfortunate last name. Christ. You're looking at the Senate one? Yeah. Oh, House Judiciary Committee. My bad, you're right. Hold on. Committee on the Judiciary... It's okay, so this is for the House. Oh, House Judiciary Committee. I see we got our boy Jim Jordan up here. The committee. Membership. Jim Jordan is the chairman. Gerald Nadler is the ranking member. We got our good boy Gates here. Okay. It's the only guy I really recognize. And then on the Dem side, we've got Cory Bush. Eric Swalwell. Why do I know this name? What was he famous for? What did he do? Adam Schiff. Okay. I'm debating deleting my Twitter because it's getting stupid. What are your thoughts? I've thought about that, actually. I've thought about posting on Threads more. I feel like Twitter is a really negative platform. I feel like getting off Twitter might actually be really important. I just haven't committed to like learning how to do Threads yet. Why not Blue Sky or Mastodon? Because I want to be on a platform that people actually use. Got him. Let's see. The Committee on the Judiciary has jurisdiction over the protection of trade and commerce against unlawful restraints and monopolies. The committee is investigating apparent collusion within the World Federation of Advertisers, and specifically its Global Alliance for Responsible Media Initiative, through GARM, large corporations, advertising agencies, boycotts, and other coordinated actions to demonetize platforms, podcasts, news outlets. Okay. I feel like just the creation of this is kind of spooky from an antitrust point of view, no? But I guess, I mean, if it exists...